What's going on, my friends? It's Dave Sharpe. Welcome to Wake Up Legendary. And my friends, we've done it again. You've done it again. We have yet another amazing guest here this morning. She hails from Brazil. And my friends from Brazil are usually on fire. And I have no doubt that the guest this morning is just on fire like all of the other Brazilians that I know. Well, one thing that I do know is that her business is on fire. Okay. Her business is on fire. And I want you to remember that as we get into this episode, that all of these guests, including Lelaine this morning, are brand new to the show. Unless they're repeat guests, they've never talked to me. I've never talked to them. This is the first time that we're speaking. You're hearing every word. By the way, yes, I am still in the Mastermind Mansion here in Orlando, Florida. We're currently having a team event after we had our regular main event. And today is the last day. Sad face. So at least for the team, tomorrow I'll be headed home and the rest of the team will be headed home as well. So my friends, it's been a wonderful weekend. I hope that you can make it to one of our future events because it's absolutely life-changing, not just for all of the people in the room, also for me as well. I mean, these events, I'm walking away with platinum nuggets. I'm walking away with multiple hat throws. I'm walking away rejuvenated, re-energized. But with that being said, it's not about me this morning. It is about Lelaine. Lelaine, welcome to the show.
Hi, Dave. Thank you so much for having me here. Nice to meet you, finally.
Absolutely. So it is a pleasure. The pleasure is all mine. Where are you calling in from this morning, and what is your profession or your previous profession?
So I am in Los Angeles, and I moved to the US in 2018. And before I get into affiliate marketing as an immigrant, when I decided to move here, I decided to restart my life. But in Brazil, I had a degree in marketing, fashion, master's in PR. But when I moved here, I decided to start from scratch in construction. And then I went through Uber, delivering food, like driving Lyft and driving Uber, and then cleaning the houses. And then the pandemic hit. And then I started doing Instacart. And this was the purpose for me because I was helping so many people because it was the only thing that, like, kind of a job that people really needing that time to delivering groceries. And I remember that time I was living in San Mateo, California. And then I used to drive like 35 miles to work on Santa Cruz because Costco in Santa Cruz was pumping up with the batches. And believe me or not, I was making $300 a day up to pandemic. And I remember it was April. I always want to share this because it's important to people that when people say, I don't have money, there's no reason for you to tell that you cannot making money to invest in yourself. And then April 2020 was the top for me. I made $10,000 delivering food, doing Instacart and helping others. And for me, it was amazing. So longer to short, I then got married and I moved to LA. And then here in LA, I was keep doing deliveries. It was kind of more slow down because the pandemic was kind of finishing. And then I was just tired because I had to work like 12 hours per day doing Grubhub, like DoorDash, all the stuff. And then one friend, which you know a lot, Camila Markson, she just pumping up to my screen with the opportunity of a legendary marketer. And then I thought, like, should I go? Should I don't? Should I do? Should I don't? I thought it was a scammer because let me tell you, $7, please, come on. It can be true. It's so cheap. But I was like, okay, I'll test it out. I put a credit card. If it's some problem, I'll just cancel. But like, I just go forward. And then I started from there. But at the same time, I started in affiliate marketing in Brazil because I was kind of confident with the language, like Portuguese. And then in my first month promoting info products, like digital products in Brazil with my Instagram, my audience, I made like $5,000 but reais, which is like kind of $1,000 here in the US. And I was like, oh, that work. So, but I live in LA. The cost of living here is so expensive. I have to kind of turn the key. And then that's how I started, pretty much.
Wow, wow, what a story. What a story. Thank you for sharing all that with us. And we're glad to have you here in America. We're glad to have you here in the legendary marketer community. What has it been like to go from hustling so hard, delivering, and obviously people come into this online marketing business and they really get overwhelmed with the hard work. But in comparison, it's really not, at least for me doing construction, it was nothing like it. So as you've gone through learning this business and these skills and you've had frustrating moments, do you oftentimes think back and remember and keep your experience with working all those hours during the day delivering food? Do you keep that fresh, and does that keep you motivated?
Yes. Dave, let me tell you something, and I hope so many people that are watching us, they have to get that. The only thing that is blocking you is your mindset. Because when I was there as an immigrant, I had my inner conversation that I wasn't capable to do that. Why should I do that? Am I capable? Like a lot of insecurity on myself that what other people are gonna think about me? What about my family? What about my friends? In my English, I don't know how to go up to talk in the camera. So for me, it was more convenient and more comfort zone just to get it on the car and drive around and deliver food. Doesn't matter how long, because of my mindset. And I think that this is the thing that is blocking most little people, because I was just in the back of the day, I was just thinking about what other people were going to think about me. And then when I identified that, talking to Camila, and the only thing that she always talked to me, and I'll never forget how many audios I sent to her asking for advice, is because I was in and out, Dave. The only reason, because I don't know if you can see this. When I got this, I cried a lot, but I always remember that I could get this read like earlier, just because it was ups and downs out of my confidence, because I could do it. And Camila always told me, I don't know if she's watching this, but thank you. I mean, she's my inspiration. Consistency. There's no right or wrong. You just have to go there and do it and keep consistency. That's the key word, that if you guys are watching me, and consistency. And don't think about other people are thinking, because in the end of the day, it's you with you, and nobody's going to pay your bills.
That is so true.
And David, one more thing that I want to add. At this moment, I was married and I got into a divorce. And then I had no other choice, because I have to take care of myself, paying all the bills, paying the rent, and so many things that I've been through in my life at the moment. Wasn't easy for me. But even with that, I have to go out there and say, I have to do it. I have to do it. There's no plan B.
Well, this Manifesting Mondays account, nice young lady, says, "Oh my gosh, I am a fellow immigrant here, and this is also my limiting belief that English is not my first language." How have you overcome the language limiting belief, and have you finally realized that your accent is really quite beautiful and really quite nice to listen to?
Thank you.
At least for us, anyways. It may still make you cringe. But do you also realize that whenever any one of us listens to our voice, we may have a tendency to not like it? It's not just you.
Yes. I learned how to love. I learned how to like and love myself. This is also something that you have to love yourself. You have to accept yourself the way that you are. And it's something that you don't like in yourself, improve and do it. So when I was married, I used to ask my husband to correct all my emails, all the email sequence that I've done to Legendary Marketing. I asked him to correct, and then he helped me. And also I use a teleprompter to read it at, and I learned how to read the teleprompter correctly and the position in all those things. So I find out ways to improve the language at that time, because I said, so if I'm going to use English in my daily basis, I have to learn how to speak, how to communicate myself, how to pronounce the words, and the accent, something that you can avoid, but people, I think, like it. It's your charming thing. And in the end of the day, again, you were special because God made you special and unique. You have to take advantage on that. I think this is also a greatest thing to my friend that is listening to us. You're beautiful. You just have to embrace yourself and go out there and say, hey, I can do that.
Yeah, yeah. And somebody reminded us of something that Camilla said. Camilla's so awesome, by the way. I just spent the weekend with her. Katie said, I remember when Camilla said, if I can do this with my broken ass English, you can too.
And yeah, 100%.
I have a similar, I had similar limiting beliefs. They just weren't particularly around my accent, just my history, my background. Were people going to listen to me? Were they going to want to, were they going to think that I was, they were going to think that I was just some, ex-drug addict, ex-homeless guy who in run the opposite way. And I really learned how to turn my struggles into my strengths. How have you used your immigrant story, which obviously was a great struggle for you? I have many friends who have immigrated, and it is one of the most difficult things that I can imagine a person can do, is start living in a completely different foreign land. Not to mention that, but it's not your first language, which we just spoke about. So how have you actually, you have 160,000 followers on Instagram, you're rocking and rolling, you're sending money back to Brazil, you're helping your family, but there had to have been a moment where you realized that all of, you delivering food, you immigrating from Brazil, that these struggles actually were your strengths and you could use them to inspire people. When did that moment happen, and what did that shift look like for you, even in your videos?
Right. So before your plaque, I got Jonathan Montoya's plaque at first. So in my first 3 months, because I was promoting both programs at the time, and I remember the day that I hit my first 10K. It took me 3 months, and I was not even using Instagram. I was just using Facebook. And I went through the process that I had to talk to people on the Zoom call, close my sales. I have to do all the process myself. So imagine, it was not just about driving traffic, creating videos, and guiding people to click on the link about this first journey, I would say. I had to do all the process. And for me, it was amazing because I know the whole from A to Z process. And then when I hit my first 10K, and then I had that turnkey that I say, now I'm able to share my story. I'm able to share, like, to create the hero journey that I was here, and now I'm here, and you can do that too. And then this is about the marketing. You have to find yourself reading books like Russell Brunson, expert books, and you have to get into your own knowledge. How can you go out there and market yourself? And I explore all the social media, because the same piece of content that I put on Instagram, this also I learned with Camilla. I think she was the first person that the piece of content that she puts on Instagram, she drives to Facebook, Pinterest, YouTube ads, I think everywhere, TikTok. And then at the same, I did the same thing. The piece of content that I put on one social media, I spread out everywhere. And every day from Monday to Sunday, I have a script, and I use a lot, like my stories, like the stories on Instagram, to convert my sales. Because every day you have to talk about your business. And I don't know if people realize, they think like, I'm not sure if I have to talk every day about your business. Maybe people don't like me, the repetition, but listen, people love a repetition. People love that. We are used to, we love repetition. And you just have to kind of change some words. You have to invest. People, listen, invest in a copywriting, like mini training, anything that you can go through, like copywriting, because you can do magic within copywriting. So every day, pretty much every day, I share my hero journey, my story, my struggles, testimonials, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, different frame, but every day I call to action my link. I call to action, all free guide or start here, I'm ready. And then it's about it. And you have to explore the influencer thing as well, because people like to follow people and people buy from people. Why do you think Chelsea, why do you think Caroline or Camila, they make so much sales? Because people love them as well. It's not only about the business. People love the figure that they are. And they want to follow, they want to get inspired then. Same to me. I know that out there that people, they don't like me, but unfortunately not everyone's going to help us. But the group of people that like me, I'm going to serve them better. I think your audio.
I was muted. These ladies that you just mentioned, they're also having fun. They're also having fun in their videos, in their content. Did you also go from being kind of stiff and being kind of like, meek or not really, uncomfortable in your skin to moving into being more comfortable in your skin? I was looking at some of your videos. I mean, you're doing a few dances, you're doing a few, you got big smiles on your face. Was there also a shift for you that you started having more fun in your content and people were able to see, hey, wait a second, this person's not only talking about getting certain results, but they also seem to be enjoying their life? Have you noticed that being a big and important factor in your content and your marketing as well?
Yes, because we are not only talk about kind of side hustle thing, not kind of about inspirational. You have to mix it up with, and this also I learned in the program. You have to mix it up your content. You have to create a piece of content gonna bring people to become interested on you. And I found myself being a little bit funny, like kind of meme thing, inspirational, motivational, side hustle. You have to make a combination on your content creation to bring people to your words. And I know that out there, people, they are not willing to show their face, but listen, you have to, because unfortunately, right now, there's a lot of scammers out there. And this is something that unfortunately we can't control. So as long as you get approached and connect to your audience, people know that you are you. Dave, I'm not lying. Every day, there's more than 3 to 5 accounts creating under my name, but my followers, they're so loyal to me. And every day I have more than 10 GMs that people telling me, hey, Lainey, one more scammer. I'm going to report and block them. I say, thank you. And it's pretty much like that. And the way that they talk is kind of weird. So one day I did a live saying, guys, this live is not even about affiliate marketing. I'm going to teach you guys how to avoid scammers in your life. And not only about marketing, I'm going to talk about dating apps. I'm going to talk about this and that. It was so fun because back there, people are trying to scam you. And then when you identify that, you just want to reward others. How can you do to identify? And then we as the marketers, we're never going to ask you guys for any money. Never, ever.
So you just mentioned dating apps and delivering value through just teaching people how to get familiar with the internet. I mean, there might be, and there is many people who are divorced or who are getting back into the dating world or who are, out there using dating apps for the very first time. I would assume, especially women who are there's all kinds of, and I'm not saying women are not preying on men, but let's be honest here, folks. It's mostly men who are wasting women's times in catfishing and all this different kind of stuff, right? And so you are not only delivering value. That just struck me as, how many different ways can we deliver value? How many different ways can we help people? How many different ways can we teach somebody something? And particularly what you just mentioned was within the same, not niche, but same category. It's all how to identify scammers on the internet.
Yes.
And wow, what a creative way to deliver value that people could walk away and say, man, that wasn't even about affiliate marketing specifically, which may be what you talk about most, but I just got a lot of value from her. Are you realizing that your income is only capped by your creativity and that there's lots of different ways that you can deliver value to people?
Yeah. So first, I think you have to calm down your mind, and you have to get some time alone. And every day I do this, like a 30 minutes meditation. I close my eyes and I connect to my inner, and I try to bring new ideas and possibilities that I can serve more people. Because I mean, I don't want to go into religion, please don't make me wrong, but my mission here in this physical world is serve people and serving others. And I try to do other things, Dave, but God always pushed me here to this way. Like you have to help people as much as you can and identify that. And this thing about dating app, let me tell you, in Brazil, there's a lot of people being killed because they got into scammers, especially women that they got dressed like nicely and they invite I've been hearing this from my mom, and they invite you to go to a shopping mall, like parking lot, and you get a coffee, blah 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 blah. But when you go down to the parking garage, the girl tried to push the guy to a place that they can't push them, and it happened like 3-4 times. They killed the guy because they tried to rob them, and they kind of react. So it's huge. But I don't think it can be different here. It's just a different country, but it's about the intention. And that's a lot, because I have friends from Brazil, and then we've been to the WhatsApp groups, and then we see that people got a lot into scams on the dating apps, and same on marketing, and same everywhere.
Yeah.
We have to just be careful and use a little bit of our intuition as well, because I don't know if people realize that sometimes, for me, 100%. When I feel my God like push it, I know there's something. Let me go forward. We have that. We have to improve that as well. Yeah. And then I decided that day do this live, and I know that it happened. A lot of people they was not aware that I was going to talk about this, because for me, I'm here to help, and I got scammed 2 times. That's why. And I say no, this can happen with anybody else. Same for my links to the legendary and so. And in the end of the day, Dave, if we are really loyal, if we really are here to help and the money we follow, we have to serve more people.
Yeah. And on the topic of scamming, you mentioned some really scary things there with dating apps and what's happening in Brazil. And absolutely, those things happen in America as well. I mean, come on. I mean, it's a very scary world. However, one of the things that we can all relate to, and is something that we all should talk about more, and is such a great topic, is the shiny object scams that exist on the internet, and the idea that consistency is the answer. That if you're not successful at one thing, especially, for example, if you're learning affiliate marketing here at Legendary Marketer, come on, folks, we have so many people who might leave and think the grass is greener on the other side, and come back and realize, wow, I really had a supportive community there and excellent training. And so what happens is that we get a lot of dopamine rush and adrenaline from buying something and starting something new. And then when the work kicks in, that dopamine is delayed. It's delayed. Those payoffs, that instant gratification turns to delayed gratification. And so there's longer gaps between that dopamine. It's no longer about just buying things constantly and starting and getting started with a new guru. Now, all of a sudden, you bought it, you got an initial dopamine rush, you're really excited. That kind of wears off as you're going through training, and especially as you're getting started putting the rubber to the road. But you have to follow through to get to results. And then you'll start getting that dopamine hit again. You'll start getting that payoff. Instead of quitting and going and buying something new and starting something new, which oftentimes are scams, which oftentimes are companies who are going to get shut down, which oftentimes are companies where there's no value whatsoever except promoting the product. I mean, those are real pyramids, right? Where it's like a cash gifting thing. It'd be like people signing up to our affiliate program for $1,000 when our affiliate program is actually free. Our training teaches people, and it teaches people transferable skills that they can use with any product in any niche. And we teach 4 different business models here. And so often people get confused and they think that, well, everything on the internet is the same. And so I hear or see a couple of people talking about this thing over here, so let me jump into that. And then I run into a wall, or it ends up being a scam. So let me jump into something new. And then you get overwhelmed. And so if you're here in Legendary and you're learning these skills, I mean, this is like a university. It's like a futuristic university. It's so important that you keep your focus where your feet are and understand that this is going to be a process. This is going to be some delayed gratification. And that if you don't keep the blinders on, and if you start looking around because it gets hard, you are going to find yourself in a dark alley on the internet, metaphorically speaking, getting robbed, getting scammed. And we see it over and over again. Here's the other thing that's really important to look out for. Successful people don't reach out to you cold on the internet. And so if you have somebody like me, or like Lelaine, or like Camilla, or like Chelsea, or like any other person who's successful, and they're messaging you, asking you to invest in their crypto, or that never happens. I never, ever, ever private message anybody. I can barely respond, and I don't always respond to everybody who messages me, but I never, ever, ever reach out to anybody else. And so we have to not be naive, right? We have to not be naive. And that's okay if we are a little bit naive when we first start. But if somebody's asking us to do something that doesn't feel right, then don't do it. Don't do it. If it's too good to be true, it probably is. And I hate to sound cliche like that. But if it's too good to be true, if somebody's telling you, hey, send me $5,000 in crypto and we're going to pay you out from this business 2% daily or something like that. I mean, come on. It's Bernie Madoff 2023 version, just disguised in a private message. And so I'm glad that you brought that up. What comes up for you, Lelaine, as I talk about a little bit more in depth about this topic, and how focusing and being consistent and in regulating our dopamine, being aware of how we're getting our gratification is really so important. Learning our bodies, learning how we have a tendency to want to go back and put our hands in that cookie jar and buy something and start something new with a new guru to get that hit, again, instead of following through.
So I would say I want everyone to listen. This very important. And for me, Legendary Marketer today is the best investment that you can make in terms of affiliate marketing, in digital marketing. Guys, I've been out there. It's been 1.5 years. I'm not just a beginner. And I invested more than 15,000 coaches and other programs and other stuff. This is the legit program that you can invest with the closed eyes. And not because of the time of the program that's been running. This is important thing that people don't realize. You've been into the marketing for like years. And that already means a lot, because there's 100 of people out there with significant results. And we can see it's a lot of growth. People are having like real results. And as me, as an immigrant myself, again, back in the past, I decided to take a chance. I decided to invest. And my problem, because I identified my problem, was just being out there with shiny objects. What you just told me, I did. I could be next to Camila because we pretty much started at the same time. If it wasn't my fault, my mindset, I could be out there like a millionaire. Not this one, but a different one, and being there. But was 100% my fault. So guys, don't get the same mistake as I did. But hopefully I'm back on the track. I'm very committed. I'm only promoting this training right now. I'm so happy and I'm so comfortable that I'm doing this right now. And another thing that I want to share, which is kind of only from my experience, and this is really, really important. I went viral in one video. It was actually, it's gonna turn 1 year, October. I gained 100,000 followers in 40 days. with 2 different videos. And one caption was not even related to a side hustle. And I just, I made like comment start in a word. And I couldn't even answer all those people in the DMs because I didn't put the right caption on the text, on the video. And the video was related to something financial, was not even about the training or even inspirational, or not even related to affiliate marketing. And that viral video was good for me in numbers of followers, but was bad in terms of I couldn't handle all those people and I have to try to convert them to know. So I'm talking about this, but actually it's about that. And then I got the vibe of the viral video, and then I created another one, and then boom, I hit the ball that I could then turn these followers to the business affiliate marketing. From my experience, someone that have 160,000 followers, sometimes you're thinking, oh, I have to go viral on this video, I have to go viral on that video. And sometimes if you have a great video that connects to the caption and brings people to ask for information about your business, is even better. They have like 15, 20 people reaching out asking for affiliate marketing. Then you're just pushing something that, oh, this Google video went viral, like 1 million views, but you're going to just bring people interested in something else. So you have to, if you are into side hustle, fine, but connect the side hustle with something like, okay, if you're going to do this side hustle, you're going to make this money. But if you're interested in doing this, this, and that, comment, boom, and then you reach them back with your copy. This is the secret sauce that I don't know if someone shared here, but I just wanted to enlighten that it's possible for you to get those videos going viral, but as long as you have a concise caption pointing people to the business that you were doing at the moment. And again, not 100% of the time going viral is good if you don't have the appropriate captions on your videos.
Yeah, the right call to action, or bringing it back home to what you really are promoting, or what you're really, the course that you're promoting that is teaching a certain business model, is really important. Obviously, one of these side hustle videos where we're giving people lots of different ideas to do, Amazon customer service, and, business card creation, and Fiverr this and Canva that.
Yeah.
People tend to get confused. So it's really important to bring it back to say, these are all great ways to make money online, but my number one way is what I've created, the 5 simple steps to get started in my PDF. Message me or comment down below for it. The other thing that a lot of the people talked about, the ladies, Caroline, Becca, Chelsea in particular, talked about at the event this weekend, was also giving the simple call to action to follow for more if you want to build your followers. Yeah. So it's important to kind of, and I also think that it's important to be okay with having a video go viral that you don't have a call to action to collect their emails. Because if you're getting a bunch of followers and you weren't able to, say, hey, download my guide for more information on this topic, then that's okay, because if they're following you, now they're going to see all your videos anyway. So you have a chance to come back and get in front of them again. So I think the most important thing for everybody to remember is to give a damn clear call to action at the end of the video.
Yeah.
That is so important. And so often we have a hard time telling people what to do. We feel like we don't want to do that, like we're sort of stepping on toes, or like we don't want to be too pushy. But the truth is that dadgummit, people need to be told what to do. Yes. They want to be told what to do.
Yes, that's the thing.
They want to be told what to do because they don't know what to do. They're interested. This is another reason why I'm not a huge fan of link tree things and having a bunch of different options. Because if somebody clicks on your link in your bio and they go and they see 10 different options,
they got confused.
They're
got confused. They don't click anywhere. Same for me.
They don't know what to do. They're going, well, dadgum, I was confused before, but now I'm really confused. If I knew what to do, I wouldn't be clicking on your freaking TikTok profile or your Instagram profile. So that's the point of, that's what direct response marketing is. It is one direct step at a time, one clear call to action at a time, one thing for them to do at a time, one thing. Not 5 things, not, hey, if you want this, if you want that, click here. If you want this, click here. If you want this, click here, and a big long laundry list of options. That's the problem with a website versus a sales funnel. That's why websites suck and don't make you any money, is because you put up your website and there's 50 different things they can click on. They can read your story. They can read your blog. They can read your product page, and then they leave because it was like window shopping. Whereas when they come to your landing page and there's only one thing to do, which is enter their email, it's clear what you want them to do. It's clear what the next step is. There's only one choice. And so they either enter their email or they leave the page, which is fine. Not every single person is going to, and Gianna says, I've been offering too many options. No wonder. Absolutely. We got to keep it simple. In the this is actually what I believe the number one most important thing about marketing is clarity.
Yes, 100%.
Being clear. Because if people are not clear what it is that you're talking about, what it is that you're asking or directing them to do, and you have to tell them, click my link to follow for more tips.
Yes. Right? And if you want to follow more offers, Dave, that's why we have email marketing lists. We can promote other offers, of course, related to our niche, please, guys. And then you can explore that advantage, and then you can promote softwares. You can promote like the email server and everything. This, guys, you learn in Legendary Marketer.
Now Ron says, and hey, Ron, how you doing? Good to see you on. Ron says, I love options, so I love having options. But that doesn't work in marketing. That doesn't work in marketing. You may love options. Everybody loves options. But what you also love, Ron, is you love clear instructions. You love clear directions. Yeah. And the problem with lots of options is confusion and overwhelm happens. And what happens is they leave you, and then they go and they keep scrolling and they find somebody who gives them a clear instruction or a clear call to action. So it's like walking into a restaurant and opening a menu and seeing 50 different things and going, oh my gosh, it's overwhelm. Whereas here's the secret of a successful restaurant. They have one specialty and you go to that restaurant for that one thing. Best burger in town, best tacos in town, best steak in town. Those are the restaurants that go to the moon. The restaurants that fail are the restaurants who try to do too much. They've got meatloaf, they've got rotisserie chicken, they've got chicken fried steak, they've got London broil, they've got burgers. You walk in, you go, what kind of restaurant is this? It's like a diner. Don't be a diner. Yeah. Don't be a diner, right? Don't serve greasy, overwhelming, sloppy options. Serve one crystal clear, best in town. People are so crystal clear what it is that you want them to do, and it will be relaxing to them as you said, Elaine. You can still deliver all the options. If you go back and you look at our fishing formula business plan, there is room in that entire business plan for you to serve up more helpings. Yeah. First helping, second helping, third helping. And here's what I know about most of you marketers. You're not using email to your advantage. Yeah. And that's the one out of 2 simple tools that you have to set up. Low to no cost tools, a funnel builder instead of a website, and an email autoresponder so you can follow up with people and remarket your original helping or your original offer, as well as all those additional things that you want to offer to them. You offer to them in an email follow-up series, one at a time.
Yes, exactly. That's the for me is the clarity right now. I was there and get guys my example that I was just offering different things like flying around. I got confused and I'm back to the track. And now I know that this is the right track to the success. And again, don't make the same mistake as I did. I'm the real example of sharing my story, sharing my journey. So don't do that. Just focus on here, focus on one offer, and bring, if you want to promote other stuff, use your email marketing for that and be consistent. I think this is the thing.
Yeah. This is a great comment, funny comment. Jessica says, I hate diners. I dream about a restaurant that will be going to your mom's. Here's what's for dinner. No choice at all. And that's exactly right. That's what we're talking about right here. Here's what's for dinner. Here's what's best for you. If you want my solutions, if you want my strategies, if you want the results that I'm talking about, here's what's for dinner. Here's and you know what? If there's multiple courses to the dinner, think about have any of you ever been to a very high-end 5 or 10 course meal? I have. Last time I went was in Peru. And you know what they do? They bring you out one course at a time, because they know that they want you to savor the taste. They want you to really get all those flavors circulating around in your mouth. And it's oftentimes small servings. So it's not a big old sloppy plate, 10 plates. It's a couple of bites.
Yeah.
But it's one plate at a time. And then they come back and they take it away. And that's a lot like what great marketing is. Great marketing is like a high-end restaurant, 10 courses, where they come out, they woo you, you walk in, you're like, oh man, this place is nice. You sit down, they run over to your table, they bring you drinks right away. They set your first course down so you can get something kind of juicy in your mouth and the flavors. Ooh, wow. Just a little something to wet your whistle. And then all of a sudden you're excited, but it wasn't too much. It wasn't bread and salad and all this different kind of stuff. It was just a little something. And then you're hooked. You start to get hungry because, when you get a little something in your stomach and you're hungry, you start to get more hungry. And then boom, they bring it out right when you need it, right when you want it. You're ready. You're ready for that next course. And then you eat it, but you're not full yet. You're not full yet.
Yes.
Because they didn't bring you a big sloppy, huge plate. So then they bring out the next course and that was really good. Wow, what was that? You ask the server. You say, what was that? That was amazing. And then they take that away and then they bring back the next course, and it's just until you're full. And that's a great analogy of the value ladder. That we don't want to overwhelm people. We want to give them just enough to where they get a little bit of appetite suppression. They get a little filling in their stomach. They get some value. They learn something, but it's not everything. There's more room to grow. There's more room to fill up in the belly or in the brain, right? And so we ascend them and keep offering new things, but only one at a time, not multiple things at a time.
Yeah, exactly. And you have to understand the journey. You have to understand the journey that you started creating content creation, and then after that you're done. And then you have to let, for example, Legendary Mighty continues the journey for you. You have to believe that works. That's 100% one thing, that you have to just believe in the journey. That's all about it. And it was just back into that. If you use a Japanese experience into the restaurants, you get some ginger on and then you kind of clean it up and then you go for the next. It was just remember that how impressive is the experience when with the Japanese, like the 3 courses of that. I was just remember, like you put some ginger on and you change it on. It's amazing.
Yeah, great dining experiences are a lot like good marketing.
Yes.
Whereas a very low cost buffet where you go and it's just all the food's been sitting out and it's just, you're overwhelmed. There's so many different choices. You look around and, nobody looks healthy in there who's eating it anyways. And then you leave and you're so full, you barely make it home. You got to go to the bathroom. You got to stay near a toilet for the rest of the day. It's not good. It's not good. There's a very different experience than if you go to a fine dining restaurant. When you leave, even after those 10 courses, you feel, full, but not too full. And you feel healthy, you feel, satisfied. Look, I have a room full of our team out there who's going to be waiting for me to start our session at 11 o'clock. So I want to wrap up with one final question. What advice would you give yourself if you were starting over and you could sit next to yourself and say, Lelaine, here's my advice to you?
Yeah, again, I would just starting focus in one offer. And this is the best offer, guys, that you might have. If you're not a legendary yet, you just have to jump in and test it out and understand the journey and be humble. Don't quit because it's not right or wrong. It's just about your perception. It's about you keep consistent on that and the results will come. Try to be unique and try to have your way to starting doing things. Don't copy others. Like, that's it's kind of thing that we're always looking around that others might be better than me. Other people content might be better than mine. But you have to at some point be legit, be yourself, and don't try to copy much other people, and then try to be yourself and follow one offer, and then you can get there whatever you want it. And playing like a number, like a goal, like put a vision there, like in XYZ day, I'm going to make this amount of money. And because my background is also life coaching, life and business coaching Brazil, Dave. And then in a coaching process, usually we do like, this is the goal. So you go steps down and you're going to figure what is the step when you get there? What is the step before? And then before, and then before is the opposite. And then you go from there. So when I hit 10K, what should I've done to get this? So I have to do like 3 videos per day. I have to send 1 email. I have to stop 2 hours per day. I have to be committed with like from 9 to 10 or from 9 to 11 every day. And I have to read this book, that book, blah, 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 blah. And then you can figure this, you picture this figure with that. And then you have like a routine and a commitment and a goal. And if you have a family, you have to tell them to be committed to you in this journey, that you're serious about that, and then you do it.
Yeah, very, very great advice. And it's been so wonderful to talk to you this morning. So many great ideas have come from masterminding with you that I think we've delivered a lot of value to everybody listening. And thank you all who are listening for the wonderful comments back, letting us know that this is valuable to you, obviously validating Lelaine in her story and her journey. And we just appreciate all of that so much. It makes the show what it is. There's been nearly 500 people on the entire time we've been talking this morning. And so you are a rock star. You stay legendary, my friend, and come back and see me on the show in the future and keep us posted on your journey. Okay.
My next goal is going to the mastermind. Enjoy the girls.
I would love that. I would love that. All right. We'll talk to you later.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. You have a good day. Bye-bye.
All right, my friends, you can find Lelaine at or on Instagram, and I'm going to spell out her handle here. It's IELAINENUNES official. Okay. Lelaine Nunes official. Okay. IELAINE Lelaine Nunes NUNES official. Okay. All one word, no underscores, anything like that. My friends, what a beautiful way to start off a Wednesday. Wow. Middle of the week, almost the end of the month, and we are coming into the holiday season, and you have an opportunity to make this the best holiday season and the best new year that you've ever had. Why? not because you're going to be a millionaire if you're starting right now by the holiday season. It's kind of already is starting to be the holiday season, but because you're working on something that's important to you, and you're working on something that matters, and you're realizing that you can do something, and you're realizing that you still got it no matter how old you are, and you're realizing that you're capable, and you're realizing that it's worth it, and you're realizing that you're worth it, and you're building something for your future, you're building something for your independence and freedom, you're learning new skills. And as I always say, I believe you should learn these skills even if you don't learn them here. But why not learn them here? Because we've got a community that's on fire. We've got a community that's here to help, to support, to lock arms with you and support you every step of the way. And with that being said, we'll be back here tomorrow, just as we always are, with another great guest in another episode. And I'll see you then. Get out of here. Be legendary. Love you all.